Hey everyone, it's your boy Matt here, and this is another episode of Home Economics. And this one is straight up home economics. So, growing up, I was taught to use a lot of chemicals while cleaning. Like when I was, when I was working at my first job, such as KFC, and then later Big Dub, and those kinds of places. Like they'd always give you all these chemicals and all these things to clean the glass, to clean this. And when I was at the Naval College when I was a kid, because everything needed to be at this bizarrely high standard when we were doing cleaning, like we used a shit ton of chemicals. I think the reason, in most instances, you do not need a lot of chemicals to clean shit. I think with rare strange exceptions to what like when I'm talking about the Navy and when I'm talking about those jobs, those are businesses, right? They're or big organizations. Like the way they approach problems is very different to how people in their homes should approach problems. When they have a problem because a manager in a business let's use the business example. They are programmed through their day-to-day to look at a balance sheet. This is someone who is competent in their work. They'll look at a balance sheet and they'll look at that and they're thinking, how am I using money to solve problems for my company? Right? If they know what they're doing. This is why Don was fucking useless. But anyway, getting back to my story. Yeah, and you look at it, and the way that most managers will think is that, well, I need this cleaning done. Well, that's going to cost money to solve the problem. I need to buy the chemical to do that thing. And because they're taking care of their equipment by doing that, which is what's making them the money, that makes sense. Right? That's how a manager would think in that context. People in the home shouldn't think like that at all. And this is my opinion. Maybe I'm just noticing how I've approached a lot of different problems because of growing up doing the cleaning in these organizations, and rather than the home, because I was a bit of a lazy cunt when I was a kid. But you can just use a fucking sponge and a squeegee to clean most of the surfaces in a bathroom, right? You don't need to get all this crap that you're also being sold, because that's what happens is that there's also the commercial side of things. There's going to be people fucking shoving down different cleaning products down your throat because, they get money from it. That's a bit of an exaggeration, isn't it? Like, look, man, this is a rant. This isn't a formal thing. This is just me mouthing. And, right, you just don't need it. Just every now and then, if you want to, impress the landlady you've got, or if it's like an end of lease inspection or something, go and get that fucking, napalm and nuke the bathroom and nuke everything in your house, of course. Great idea. But I think a lot of our ideas about cleaning, they're based on what's being sold to us and our ideas of what a commercial standard is. I think that's where we get a lot of people get their social narratives from that situation. But I'm also noticing that, this rant I'm having, this is all based on personal reflection. It's my situation and how I'm thinking about this thing, is based on what I see as common experiences other people may have, right? And that's how I'm trying to see if there might be some phenomenon here. This I could be off, but yeah, that's my interpretation of how cleaning businesses fucking have changed our cleaning behaviors. So the people in marketing chemical products. How people in our capitalist society, maybe my generation, maybe I think boys, because there's still that thing that women do most of the cleaning at home when we're kids. So there's going to be a lot of, I suspect, boys, young men who have this kind of idea about these things and they may not realize it. And yeah, rant over. Have a good one.